Lady Flo Bjelke-Petersen was Queensland's First Lady for nearly 20 years. As the grandmother of politics in the state, she was more famous for her pumpkin scones than her Senate career.
And I'm just Florence Peterson, a member of the National Party, who is willing to offer herself.
Florence Isabel Gilmore was born in 1920. Educated in Brisbane, she worked for the Main Roads Commissioner, and it was there she met National Party backbencher Joh Bjelke-Petersen.
The fellow said to me, "Look, Florence, if he asks you to go out, you go, because he's not married and he's got lots of money."
The couple married in 1952 and had 4 children, 3 girls and a boy.
He's been a wonderful husband and we've had a wonderful family. God's been very good and blessed us.
In 1968, Joh Bjelke-Petersen became the Premier of Queensland. Throughout his 19 years in the top job, Lady Bjelke-Petersen remained by his side, upholding family and Christian values.
We're Joh and Flo, and always will be, and we appreciate that attitude that so many people take towards us by saying "G'day Joh, g'day Flo" and so on.
Not content with just being the Premier's wife, Flo Bjelke-Petersen launched her own political career, with Sir Joh nominating her as a national senator for Queensland in 1981. Many suspected she was just doing her husband's bidding in Canberra, but she took the job seriously, even crossing the floor on 2 government taxation bills. And she stood up to her husband when he fell out with the National Party in the late 1980s.
Didn't quite see eye to eye at that particular time. He told me that I should become an independent. And I said, no, the people of Queensland just some months ago re-elected me on a National Party ticket.
But she remained by her husband's side throughout his political and legal troubles, during the Fitzgerald inquiry into police corruption in Queensland and Sir Joh's subsequent perjury trial.
I believe, as far as Joh was concerned, it was a tremendous waste of time.
In 1993, Flo Bjelke-Petersen retired from the Senate, but she was far from idle in her later years.
Hello, how are you? Lovely to see you.
In a bid to pay off legal fees from Sir Joh's perjury trial, the couple opened their Kingaroy property Bethany to tourists. She also opened a restaurant chain called Flo's Country Kitchen, but the business wasn't successful. She wrote 3 country home-style cookbooks, with, of course, recipes for her famous pumpkin scones.
I used my mother's recipe. She'd made pumpkin scones.
In her late 70s, Lady Bjelke-Petersen stepped out of the kitchen and back into the political debate. As a staunch monarchist, she was president of Queenslanders for a Constitutional Monarchy, campaigning against a republic.
How can it make this democratic nation any more democratic than it is at the moment?
As the wife of Queensland's most controversial Premier, Lady Flo Bjelke-Petersen will be remembered as a devoted mother and wife, and as a politician in her own right. And of course, for her scones.